Yo boys, this is the trade we took today. I'm doing trade recap of two trades. So what's it called? March 12th and March 13th. So for March 13th, 12th, we did have CPI. So yesterday we did have CPI. And I was keen on trading just if we didn't how do I say it? As long as we didn't the market didn't move too heavy, and that's really what happened. CPI came out and we did have like a little 0.5% move, but it wasn't too crazy. So I was just like, I'll just de-risk today, and then if I find a setup, I'll just trade it. And yeah, that's what we found. So we had for March 12th, we had this for 4-hour fair value gap. And then we had another 4-hour fair value gap here. We also had a 1 hour fair value gap here. It's in the same line. And then another 1 hour here. So just a really big imbalance, you could say. Imbalance. So I was basically just looking for a inspection of this area. So you count like from down here to up here, just an imbalance, volume imbalance, you could say. And I was basically just looking for a inspection here, and we got a couple wicks out of here, and that was basically bullish confirmation. But the one thing that I was hesitant on was this bearish 1 hour fair value gap. But the reason I was bullish on the day was just because it's just like you just got to think about it. If there's multiple fair value gaps here, there's a 1 hour here, boom, a 4 hour in between this, another 1 hour here, another 1 hour here. You're expecting that this is going to hold a lot more value than this. This has a bigger chance of getting broken through than this. So that's my reasoning of being bullish. And we also made a higher low, you could kind of say, here. So we've just been making higher lows. So boom, boom. We haven't really broke structure on the 4 hour. You could count this as a break, but not really. So higher low, higher low, higher low, boom, boom, boom. And yeah, I was basically just bullish just because of that. And then I scaled down, and I was basically just looking for see, this was CPI right here. It was like a pretty big candle, but nothing crazy. I was basically just looking for a break of structure and just an entry. So we had another push down kind of in here, and I was basically just looking for, boom, we broke 5 minute bearish value gap here. So with this candle we broke, and that was basically bullish confirmation for me. I was just looking for a what's it called, an entry. So I scaled down to the 1 minute. And we had this fair value gap here. So boom, fair value gap here. We tapped into, I entered off of this. So boom, a break above this area. And yeah, I had my stops pretty tight. Just at the break of this and this fair value gap. So this fair value gap or this fair value gap. So boom, if this broke, I was just gonna just quit or cut the stop. And then my TP, I didn't really have a strong TP. I was really looking to take out liquidity up here. This, where is it? Here, let me. I was looking to take out this liquidity up here. So boom, all this liquidity. But we didn't really get that. So I just kind of closed it. I was fine with my profits. So we de-risked, and I made my normal position size. So I was just like, I'm done. I'm out of here. And yeah, that was a pretty sweet day. I've also been taking a look at volume, fixed volume, I think that's what it's called. It's honestly helped a little bit. Like it's not like how do I explain it? It's just like another confluence. I'm not gonna use it as like my trading strategy, but it's just like another confluence. Like as you can see here, we had this volume insufficiency or a fair value gap in here, and price is usually keen on going to either equilibrium or point of control, this little red mark. So you take out your fixed range volume indicator, and then you just place it on the candle you want to see where the point of control is. So boom, as you can see, this 5 minute broke. Point of control is here. Look, tap directly in it, and then we ended up going up. So I mean, it's not really, it's just like a good confluence. Like you could just kind of have your stop like kind of right here under the point of control. And yeah, and then for Wednesday, which is today, we had I think this was a 1 hour, my bad, a 1 hour point of control. So as you can see here, I take out my fixed range indicator, I think that's what it's called, and you just place it on there, click it, and it shows you the volume through the 1 hour fair value gap and where the most trades were. This is what this little indicator does. So this red mark is kind of where the most volume was traded during this hour, and price is usually keen on respecting this place or just trading into this before another rally up. So boom, we came into this area multiple times. So boom, 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 boom. My trade was here. That black candle was not. Okay, boom. So we came into here. We also had a fair value gap here. You could just say, just up here, 1 hour fair value gap that we were ranging in for a while. So hourly fair value gap here, plus point of control. That just gave me a lot of confidence for bullishness. And I was basically looking for liquidity sweep of these highs. And we came up, we swept this liquidity, came into this 1 hour fair value gap, also coming into this 1 hour point of control, giving me a whole lot of confidence of being bullish. And we were basically range bound for a while. We had our stops under here, under this expansionary move up. So we had a tap out of this fair value gap, and we just wicked out of it pretty quickly. And I was basically just looking for an entry off of that. And we had what was it? Yeah, this trade took a long time, dude. I think it was like 3 hours almost. But I took my TP here, just one and only TP. I took it up here at this 5 minute fair value gap, also counting this like little liquidity, lower time frame liquidity. So we came into here and I just took final position, 1-to-4 ratio. But yeah, so basically we broke structure, we came back down, we broke 1 minute structure up here. I was basically looking for a fair value gap entry. We came into this area. It's a really small fair value gap, and it doesn't really look like it went in, but I checked the graph on my broker, or the chart on my broker, and it did tap into this area pretty well. It's just this chart, it doesn't really count like the exact cent, so it's just 0.6. It's not 0.6 1 through 9, like it's just 0.6. So it did tap into this area, so I entered off of that fair value gap. And yeah, I mean, we were really just range bound for like the longest time. But I mean, I placed my stop and I placed my TP, and I was just like, whatever happens from here. So I had my stop loss down here at 6, and then TP just up here. I was gonna place them up here, but I originally had them up there, but it just took too long. I was just like, I'm just placing down here, just get my money, and I'm out of here. But yeah, it turned out it was a pretty good trade. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to close it so badly when we were in profit, just because it was taking forever. But I don't know. I just decided to hold. I mean, what's the point of selling? I'd rather take the loss and just sell early. But yeah, I will probably not be trading tomorrow. We have PPI, but again, if it doesn't affect price too much, might trade. But yeah.